Since the beginning of man, there has been spirituality. And whether that is through the concept of spirits, gods, or divinity, there's been a desire amongst humans to understand the role they play in this universe. The gods we developed have had different kinds of representations, primarily in ideal images of ourselves, but there are other ways to represent this. Chapter 1. Man, Animal, and God. Every culture has utilized humanized animals, and it's because when we see another human being, we see them as another individual. But anyone can relate to an animal. We can project ourselves into them. Humans are very specific, but animals are universal. And this can also be seen in gods who are represented as humans, but then split between animal and god, or taking the form of an animal when they visit our world. What is the starking contrast is that in Abrahamic religions there is the idea of the Messiah. The Messiah is a coalition between divinity and man, because he is the connection between the real world and the spiritual world. He is both man, God, and all that connects those worlds together. Which brings us to Sonic the Hedgehog. Chapter 2. The Metaphysics of Sonic. Much like iconography used in religion, Sonic is a representation and an icon. Could any of us say that Sonic is really a hedgehog? No, a hedgehog is a very real thing. And yet when we use the term hedgehog and apply it to Sonic, we are applying our own real-world concepts to understand something that is outside of our own realm of understanding. We carry the idea that Sonic is a hedgehog, our own real world, in conjunction with the unreal. Sonic is a mascot and a cultural icon, but there is more to it than just that. Chapter 3. Hedgehog Heaven. So in the modern world, many of us may be losing a sense for spirituality and religion, the quest for the unreal, the unthinkable, before death, after death, and the great expansive world that is beyond us. But now that is being regained in a open world, one we can reach into, the digital and virtual world. We are re-establishing ourselves as masters of a new realm that mankind has sought after since it first became conscious. The major difference being that we can now reach into this world and create things from our own imagination. The digital, virtual, or gaming world, or whatever you might want to call it, is a manifestation between the real world and our own subconscious, the desire for spirituality, and our meaning in the universe. It is a physical manifestation of all we have ever sought. Chapter 4. The False mariosiah. Why Sonic the Hedgehog? What makes Sonic the Hedgehog stand out against someone different, like Mario the human? Well, Mario's role is to present a perfect image of mankind. Mario is happy, he is a go-getter, he has friends, and he also saves the day. But he also kills for sport, he is greedy. He subjects people to severe conditions to prove himself, and all in the name of his own glory. Mario represents the aspiration of man, and all the possibilities we aspire to, but in doing so he also becomes the duality of man. For all his positives and flaws, Mario is the worst aspects of mankind, along with the best. Mario is fully human, and that makes him incapable of crossing the bridge to divinity. On the other hand, Sonic is an implementation between all that is good in man, but also all that is applicable to the realm of possibilities beyond us. Sonic has no illusions about being human. He has taken all that is human and surpassed it by embracing other divine elements. He has the characteristics of a moral human being, but all the possibilities that are beyond us, and a grand, all-encompassing design that makes us able to project ourselves into Sonic the Hedgehog. Mario is a very specific person, but any one of us could be Sonic. Chapter 5. Death and Rebirth. As we further develop the virtual world, what we might find is that in recreating the real world, it isn't really all we ever wanted. We might find that we actually need an altered, cartoony, or stylized version of reality where we can push ourselves beyond what we imagine is supposed to be real. And in then achieving an actualized, stylized, and perfected view of reality, we can begin to surpass ourselves beyond what it means to be human, or what constrains us as human. In this way, Sonic the Hedgehog has been an icon decades ahead. Sonic has been redesigned in various ways, meaning that Sonic is consistently in a cycle of rebirth. He takes the representations of whatever mankind is in the most dire need of for that generation. It is a cycle of self-sacrifice for whatever man is in the most dire need of. But in response to this, one could say Sonic is designed by human beings, and as such he is unqualified for this kind of role. But rather, this is why Sonic has achieved this role. In designing Sonic and the mythology of Sonic between different people, there is a collective effort in which mankind unveils its subconscious. A consistent expansion into the realm of unknowing, and in such a collective effort to unveil the true face of divinity. The conclusion could only be, Sonic is a representation of man, and in consistent change. He is all of us, and he is sacrificed by us. While he is a representation of all of us, he is also a connection to another world beyond us. And Super Mario Odyssey did not deserve a 10 out of 10. Okay, Sonic Forces might be flawed, but it goes deep. The lore is dark, the story is deep, and Mario is... What does he do? Collect moons? Mario is a stupid pizza shit. And Sonic is epic. If you enjoyed this episode, then please like and subscribe.